Assalamu alaikum viewers. So in this lecture I will explain about the integumentary system in invertebrates. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the integumentary system in protozoa and invertebrates, and now we will discuss about the integumentary system in different invertebrates. So in this video I will explain you about the presence of epidermis in invertebrates. Here is the explanation, and here is the diagram of integumentary system, integument of invertebrates. You can see there is a basement membrane. I have told you about this in the previous lecture, as epidermis is present in the basement membrane. So in this video I will tell you about the presence of epidermis in cnidarians and parasitic flukes, tegument in nematodes and annelids, and echinoderms in mollusks and rotifers, and in the last in arthropods and cuticle. So in cnidarians such as hydra, the epidermis is few cell layers thick. They're telling us turn by turn that in cnidarians epidermis is few cell layers thick, and some cnidarians, for example coral, have mucus glands and they secrete the calcium carbonate. In parasitic flukes, there is the integument mainly. You can see we have to do the main point in tegument only and the function. So tegument, what is the tegument? Tegument is the outer covering. So tegument is the outer covering, and its main functions are nutrient ingestion and protects the body from host enzymes. Then in nematodes and annelids, epidermis is one cell thick and it secretes a multi-layered cuticle. In echinoderms, you can see the integument of echinoderms consists of thin ciliated epidermis. We are discussing about the epidermis in epidermis in cnidarians, in integument, in nematodes and annelids. In this, the epidermis is a few cell layers thick. Here is it is one cell thick. It is you can see epidermis is composed of connective tissues, and here you can see the epidermis contains mucus glands. Here the epidermis is thin and elastic. We are discussing mainly about the epidermis, the presence of epidermis in invertebrates, for example in cnidarians, in nematodes, in echinoderms, in rotifers and so on. So in echinoderms, the integument of echinoderms consists of thin ciliated epidermis. Dermis is present below the epidermis. Epidermis is above the dermis, and dermis is present below the epidermis. This is an important MCQ. Then is the dermis is composed of connective tissues. These connective tissues contain calcium carbonate, as we have discussed about it above, that in cnidarians it secretes the calcium carbonate. In rotifers, the cuticles have variable structure. For example, in animals, rotifers, the cuticle is thin and elastic. They are telling us that the cuticle in rotifers is thin and elastic. Then is arthropods. A dead layer of polysaccharides and proteins present in the animals is called as cuticle. In arthropods, cuticle is thick. Cuticle. What is the define of cuticle? A dead layer of polysaccharides and protein present in the animals is called as cuticle. It is a thick and rigid structure. These are the two zones of cuticle, procuticle and epicuticle. It is a thicker inner zone and it is the outer thin zone. It composed of protein and chitin, and it is non-chitinous complex of proteins and lipids. It acts as a protective waterproof barrier. So it was all about the integumentary system in different invertebrates, viewers. It was the full explanation about integumentary system in invertebrates, for example, as I have told you in this lecture. So if you like my video, if you understand it, kindly like and subscribe to my channel.